right here. Which games do you want to go over? You want to go over all of them?
Just go quick, a quick week recap, and then we're gonna do studs and duds, and then we're gonna take a break. That's what we're doing right now. So give a recap of what you thought of the whole week, and then you can go into studs and duds. Balled out, balled out, however you want to say it.
Well, what I thought of the whole week was Lamar Jackson had another fantastic performance, even though he threw 3 interceptions against the Bengals. So that's not good. You had Patrick Mahomes do his thing in a loss to the Tennessee Titans. That was pretty interesting. Let's just say I was wrong about Derrick Henry to start the season. He's certainly not going to have a down year.
Thank you very much.
He's been tearing it up.
Giving me crap the entire year for that.
How about that play where Mahomes hits Hardman on a jump pass, Hardman hits the turbo button, and he takes off for a touchdown?
The speed he has is ridiculous for his size.
That game was very interesting. The most confusing game for me was Saints versus Atlanta. I mean, you're taking on Atlanta at home in New Orleans, and somehow Atlanta looks like the team with the best pass rush and the best weapons. The Saints looked abysmal. So on a weekend where you're trying to decide who's the best team in the NFC, you got this Monday night matchup where the Seahawks are balling out and the Saints just completely crap the bed, if you know what I mean.
I think they hired the Georgia Bulldogs and put them in uniforms.
And that's a great way to tease. You want to stay tuned for the later in the show after Fantasy Files. It's Tuesday and we are doing power rankings. So what happened to the Saints this week? You want to tune in to find out. Keep going.
So then you obviously had the Packers in the snow where Kyle Allen performed pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He showed up, McCaffrey showed up, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
Showed up a half yard short.
I mean, Aaron Jones took 13 touches, not just 13 carries, it was 13 touches, and said, I'll have 3 touchdowns to go with that. So super efficiency from Aaron Jones. That's how he's been all year long.
You want to know what his red zone rate is? He has 22 trips to the red zone for rushing, and he has 11 rushing touchdowns. He has a 50% rate in the red zone of scoring. That's stupid.
It is stupid, and it shows you his vision. It shows you his agility because Jamal Williams is the bigger back. Like, when they were both drafted, Jamal Williams was supposed to be the bruiser, and Aaron Jones was supposed to be the third down.
Williams is the receiving back. He loves doing that.
And now it's a situation where they both can kind of
do
things. So, the good for Packers. And then you have that Sunday night game. Loved it. Loved to see the Cowboys lose any and all chances.
The one time I was a Cowboys fan. One time.
It was awesome. And to see, for the Vikings, obviously not having Thielen, Diggs was meh. And then how about Kyle Rudolph with his 2 downs?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer leading Santa's sleigh.
Those 2 touchdown catches, the first one, my jaw dropped. I mean,
Dink.
Mid-step with one hand, tight ropes along the end zone, 2 feet clearly in bounds. It was never a question. Sean Lee is sitting there like, what the heck can I do with this guy? And
can't do anything because he get injured.
Yeah, the Vikings look great. They're definitely a team to be worried about for your Packers when everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
No. And how that goes. And then Dave.
Wrong again.
Behind the scenes for the first and goalers. Dave, you called me, what was it, Friday or Saturday? About Christian Kirk.
Ooh. Bomb squad this week.
You called me and asked, I think it was you had to decide between him and Pascal.
Yeah.
And I said, man, Pascal's got Miami. Kirk's been iffy. Seems like a wash to me. Well, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns later for Christian Kirk, and it certainly was not a wash.
I'm pretty sure that's why Vernon Hargreaves got fired.
Yeah. Pascal mustered a whole 26 yards on 2 catches, thanks and mostly to Brian Hoyer, who we're going to mention later in the old...
Brian Hoyer? Like Hoyer, where you at?
But, man,
yeah.
My bad on that one, Dave. Should have told you Kirk. I'll know for next time.
It's okay. I don't listen to you anyways.
As I recommend to most people.
Well, you'd think Miami's defense, but Miami's freaking playing out of their mind.
On the other side, though, I texted Dillon while I was at church about.
You're not supposed to use your phone in the house of God, sir.
Brown, he doesn't mind because it's Jake. And I did not get home in time to fix that, and I kind of lucked out because I ended up with 2.8 points more than I would have if I would have had Brown. But I couldn't have gone wrong either way because I won by like 30 points. So.
Yep, I was the only one who had to play the number 1 team this week.
And it knocked you out of that 3 spot, and Jay is up there. You know what? You know, because Dave and I won, Dave, this one's for you and me.
It stings.
Yep, we're playing the Celebrate music with me and Dave because we won this week. And we're like,
somehow, Phillip Rivers in 5.3 points.
I only got 8 points from Aaron Rodgers, but it didn't matter. I got 6 points from David Montgomery, but it didn't matter. I got 3 points from the Saints defense, but it still didn't matter because I won.
He 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Somehow had a fumble. Also, 2 sacked like 5 times. Yeah.
That's actually
Rivers.
That's a good takeaway in that Detroit game. I mean, everyone was looking forward to a great matchup not a great matchup, but everyone was looking forward to Matthew
It's
Stafford.
the toilet bowl of the NFC North. Calm down.
Yeah, everyone was looking forward at least to playing Matthew Stafford for another week. The guy's been passing very well. You get the news that he's out. Jeff Driscoll's coming in. You think,
Broken back.
My God, I can't play any Lion. And really, I mean, Ty Johnson went out with a concussion, but Galladay touchdown and Marvin Jones ended up with a pretty decent stat line.
If he didn't have the touchdown, though, it would have been like maybe a 3-4 point game for Galladay. Like Driscoll was horrible.
It didn't hurt your fantasy wide receivers. That's good enough for me. And then on the other side of the ball, I mean, Taylor Gabriel. He's clearly healthy again, and he had a nice touchdown. I mean, it wasn't a huge day for him, but you like to see any production on the offensive side of the ball for the Bears. And then this was a game where, Jay, I know you and every other David Montgomery owner were expecting a nice big day from him. The Lions are a plus matchup for running backs, and like you said, wasn't much to be had there.
6 points. Actually, yeah. It's all right, though. I didn't have a choice whether I could play him this week or not because I had put Ronald Jones in. I guess I could have started Ronald Jones and then flexed frickin' Hollywood Brown, and then I really would have. That would have been my premium lineup this week, but hindsight's 2020.
And you wanted to trade me David Montgomery for Amari Cooper.
Oh, he's got some better matchups coming up. That one just wasn't a good one.
He did against the Lions, too.
He just didn't get any touchdowns. That was his problem. He had 60 yards.
So, Dylan, what'd you think? What'd you think about that Bills-Browns game?
You know, I picked the Bills to win. The Browns have been letting me down week after week when I pick them, so I thought, all right, Browns are giving up tons of yardage on the ground. It's going to be a nice day for Singletary and Frank Gore. And, you know, they were reeling in the passing game. I understand that Ward and Greedy Williams are back now, but definitely a game I expected the Bills to handle with how clunky the offense for Cleveland has been, and still is, really. I mean, Odell Beckham is not getting it done, certainly not for where you drafted him, but Jarvis Landry's been doing just fine, so it makes you wonder, what's the deal? I mean, are they trying to force the issue too much with Odell just to keep him happy? You know, what is it? So, I don't know.
In the first half, they had 8 red zone trips, no points. Is it the players or is it Freddie Kitchens' play calling? You have Nick Chubb, use him.
Right. I mean, Kareem Hunt had a decent day too, but
either way, they're still power backs. Use him. Use them. Not Odell 6 out of 8 freaking plays.
Yeah. I think, you know, the preseason hype was just too much. They couldn't
this all goes back to the trade to get Odell Beckham Jr., which has become an unnecessary toy they can't use because they don't have their freaking starting Pro Bowl guard. Just saying, folks.
It's all about the guards. We say it every week here on First and Goal. It's all about the guards.
Because he didn't he get traded to the Giants, who's really flourishing right now?
Yeah, because they had drafted freaking Hernandez, the left guard, traded and got their right guard, and then, oh, wow, all of a sudden their center became good, too.
Yeah, because they're so good, they're 2-8.
It's because their tackles are still terrible.
What? No, their left tackle is one of the better ones in the league.
Tackles are terrible. Their center isn't very good either. But their two guards are good.
Did both of you stay awake for the duration of the Monday night game?
Oh, yeah. I watched the whole thing, man. That was a good game. That could be the game of the year so far, quite honestly. It was very competitive, a little bit sloppy on some points. But it was a good game.
Jimmy G should have thrown at least 4 interceptions if the Seattle defense and linebackers could catch.
Look, if Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts, that dude was possessed. All right? Like, he straight up had a spirit throwing the ball for him. Like, oh, yeah. Like, he had some erratic body movement that makes me question whether or not he was or was not possessed at the time.
Yeah, it's just weird to see because Jimmy Garoppolo 2 weeks ago in Arizona had 4 beautiful touchdown throws and he was killing it, had one of his best games. And then tonight, it's just even if an ounce of pressure, the ball was sailing 5 to 10 yards over. It was in the dirt. He was rushing routes on his progressions. It's inconsistency. So if there's going to be that thing that holds the San Fran team back, it might be the QB because the running game is there, the defense is there. Yeah, I get it. Kittle and Sanders is hurt, but I mean that's who's supposed to step up when your other leaders go down. Your quarterback.
Yeah, I mean Daniel Jeremiah has that terminology he likes to use about whether your quarterback is a truck or a trailer. Jimmy G clearly not a truck. He is the trailer who goes along with the team when everyone is performing well. The defense, the running game, special teams. He's certainly not someone who, like Russell Wilson on the other side of the ball, is going to bring you out of the pits of hell and win the game.
The pits of hell. That's the monster truck. That's not even Jesus. Is that diesel?
I mean, it was an interesting game on Seattle's side of the ball. In overtime, Russell had that very uncharacteristic interception, only a second of the year, which is just amazing. But, I mean, you had Chris Carson.
Underthrown a lot. That was really underthrown.
Fumble the ball. Tyler Lockett left the game, and hopefully he's all right. I mean, I heard that his leg is getting better, but it was at a point where they were saying because of calf strain and blockages to your vessels and blood flow that it might have been a situation where, I mean, had it been any worse, he could have lost his foot, I guess. So glad Tyler Lockett's okay. And how about Jacob Hollister showing up, getting it done?
Yeah. Kyle Juszczyk of the Seahawks.
Yeah, Juszczyk was nice, but that play where I think it was Jaquiski Tart had a hold of Hollister in the end zone.
Yeah.
Wilson just floats it over the side. I mean, that's just your quarterback not only seeing all of the game, but so much so that, I mean, when your quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers does this all the time, identifies when a DB's back is turned and then just puts it right over his head. You know,
he throws the wide receiver open.
Exactly. He doesn't wait for the guy to get open. Great anticipation. That's what I love about Rodgers. That's what I love about Wilson.
Yeah, the thing that bothers me about Wilson, though, is that he is very turnover prone when he gets over a certain amount of passing attempts. And he went over 35 attempts and he had 2 turnovers and almost had 4. Again, everybody wants to say he's a clear truck, but Russell Wilson is a player that will go between being a truck and a trailer. And really, to me, if he throws the ball over 35 times, he can become a trailer because he gets turnover prone. Then there's other games where he feels like he's completely pulling the freaking entire team around with him. But you really got to watch him game to game